NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, time of possession should be a factor. The Browns are top 10 in converting third down opportunities, and they'll be up against that Jets defense looking to knock that conversion rate down.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the New York Jets. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Coleman, the man in motion right. Coleman, the man in motion left. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Career highs in receptions, carries, and total yards last year for Crowell. His total yardage was 952. That was the highest by a Cleveland Brown running back since 2010.
And that sounds impressive, but I think there's much more out there for him. If Cleveland plays even with people, not from behind, he'll get more carries, more touches, and his yardage will go up.
Second and just 1.
Let's go.
They'll run it again with Crowell. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. On the run, it's Crowell. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Let's go.
They'll try to throw here. Kaiser. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Mike Pennell getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. They'll send Gordon in motion left. On 3rd down, Kaiser. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The 8th-year man from Tennessee, this is Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep for the Jets, the AFC leader in return yards in 2015, Jeremy Curley. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. This is Marlon Mack, the rookie from South Florida. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's Mack. Room here to run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
They'll run with Forte. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run with Mack. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's Patty. He's going to rifle one deep left into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Now the first carry for Wendell Smallwood. And hell running right through it. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Now it's Crowell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
But we know one thing, Isaiah Crowell can run if given an opportunity. Had the longest run in the NFL in 2016, an 85-yard touchdown sprint, week 2 against Baltimore.
This one not quite as long, didn't end in 6, but still a great game. Kaiser now to throw on first down. Shakes off this, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Coney Ely in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Second down, Kaiser. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That'll be a gain of 16, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it first and goal. They'll run with Smallwood. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Kaiser will sneak it, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Deshaun Kaiser with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, nice move. A little juke. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And coming up later tonight in the NFL, we'll have the Chiefs heading down to Houston to take on the Texans. And then on Monday night, it'll be an NFC North battle. Vikings and Bears from Soldier Field.
Traditional rivals getting after it one more time.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Watching that, Barney.
Here's Mack on the toss. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there for the Jets on third. 54 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now Mack. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 16. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Another run, this time Forte. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Petty now. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Jermaine Kearse, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 19. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's Smallwood as they begin on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Third and short yardage. Kaiser escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And from down in Miami, an update. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Time running out here on the play clock. Now a carry from Mack. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The play clock's running down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And they give this time to the tailback. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second down following the run. Play clock winding down. They'll drop the throw. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
All right, here we go. Boom, 90. Boom, 90.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this one hauled in by Will Tye. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. In the red zone this time. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now a toss play. This is Mack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now, the defense definitely showing blitz here. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. The Jets on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw here. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So now Catanzaro comes on in a pressure spot. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser, eluding the pressure right. Kaiser hit, and he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Let's go.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down again. Darren Lee. He's the one to get in this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jets take possession. New York set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one, sir.
I don't know about that.
Toe-bashed.
I don't know about
Toe-bashed
that.
it.
Super toe.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Staying on the ground with Mack. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And some room to maneuver. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Slot man moves right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Forte, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
To throw. A screen complete to Crowell. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to him right away because they have the matchup advantage.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, it's Crowell. There's a nice move. Dropped at the 35. So able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Bruce Carter with a pick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. A run by Mack to start the drive. And some room to roam now. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Set, blue, landing. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit. Set, blue, Detroit. Leopard.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face a third down. Here's Forte. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
We all know that Myles Garrett was drafted #1 in the NFL for his ability to get to the quarterback. That's his stock in trade. But the underrated part of his game, plays well against the run, knows how to hold the point of attack.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Jets, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.
Scouting points are earned every week. Make sure you use all of your points. A portion of your remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.